right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and the glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostle, the great millstone, Rule Will, our teachers. And salutation to the icon, the teaching that's true throughout the folk on the earth, true in the city, lifting up the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, throughout the folk on the earth, and the few sisters that listen as well, that learn. So this is just a quick lesson through the power and the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Basically, just going into walk it, just don't talk it. And the Lord's put this on my spirit when I was at work last night. And basically, hey, you have to, when you come into this Israelite thing, it become your life. I'm going to say it again. When you come into an Israelite thing, knowing that you was a nigger, knowing that you was a wicked, knowing you was basically being a heathen, according to the scriptures, you have to change your life. And this thing become your life. Following the law, statutes, commandments become your life, man. So you can't do the things that you used to do. You can't do the things that you thought that was okay, even though, you know, it might be lawfully. But it say all things not profit to all men. So if you know these things make you fall, hey, you gotta walk it and not just talk it, man. Because hey, I see just in my little walk and transition and being in the spirit, Lord willing, through these years, that I used to walk it, I used to talk it, and I didn't used to walk it. And the Lord used to comfort my words all the time. And I used to get jacked up for those things. So, hey, we have to walk it and not just talk it, man. That's why when you read in the book of James, it tell you be hearers of the word and just don't just be hearers of the word, be doers also. So, what do that mean? That means you just can't be talking these things. You can't be rebuking Israel. But guess what? You're not doing these things on your normal basis. That's being a hypocrite. And that's one of the reasons why the Lord cussed out a lot of these scribes and Pharisees, because they was being hypocrites, man. They was telling the people do this and do that, but behind closed doors, they wasn't serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai in truth and sincerity, man. And that's what we not ought to be when it come down to serving the Lord, man. Hey, because the Lord would destroy you for condemning basically yourself. Hey, it tell you in Galatians, a man that thinking he's something, he is nothing. He is condemning himself, man. Because, hey, a lot of people have a lot of pride in this world. Hey, shit, I'm not going to talk to you like I don't have pride. But I pray to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai that he humble me down so that I can get and eliminate that pride in any situation, man. At any situation, because we all have egos, man. We are Israelites. We are, man, we one of the stiff-necked, hard-headed ass people on the planet of the earth. But coming to the knowledge and coming to the wisdom of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, hey, you come and realize that those things you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to be prideful. You're supposed to be more humble. You're not supposed to be constrained into this world. That's why you have to walk it and just not talk it, man. Because the more and more you talking, you're not putting forth action. See, the Lord is about action. Why you think the Lord said, if you love me, and he told Peter, he said, if you love me, feed my sheep. And he told it to him 3 times, to a point that Peter got frustrated. He's like, Lord, you know I love you. But guess what? He told him to him again so that it can be, because Jake need to be taught and told these things 3 times, man. Sometimes more than that. Because we hard-headed and stiff-necked people, man. Even myself sometimes, man. I'm learning more quicker and faster now, because I'm Lord willing, that the Lord is increasing me. Yahweh Ratazah. But I remember when I was coming to the truth and I was doing certain things, and I look back man, I wasn't doing it maliciously, but I was doing it as that ignorantly. And that's not how we supposed to be. You're supposed to be a man, especially you Israelites that's want to be a man in the Lord, and it's a heavy duty. So you have to rise up and be a man in this thing. And a man have accountability. A man own up to his faults and walk it and just not talk it, man. Hey, people that in the world just talk shit or talk on a regular basis and don't have nothing to back it up, no works. That's why a lot of these scoffers gonna get destroyed, because all they do is just talk it. But then they want to tell you about what you doing, but they don't have no works on their paper, on their page, or did anything in their life and went out and teach. But they people always have something to say. And that's why when you read Salakia, I don't want to rant too much, but I'm gonna quote a scripture in Romans. The Romans, the 2nd chapter. Paul talked about being circumcised in the heart, and just not being a Jew outwardly, but be a Jew inwardly, man. Meaning that, man, on your daily basis, are you praying? Are you fasting? Are you reading? Are you putting the law in your front parts? Are you doing these things? Because that's what's acceptable to the Lord, man. That's what you call sacrifice. Hey, you just don't sacrifice on a Saturday, or you sacrifice every day. That's why the Spirit was on apostles, especially Apostle Taha, told Jake need to start doing a video a day. Because, hey, that's walking it. That's walking it. That's showing you where your mind at, your mindset at, what you really want. And if you really want the kingdom, you got to work for it, man. What in life that you don't have to work for or put things in forward? Hey, you have to work in everything to get that paycheck, man, to take care of your kids. Hey, take care of yourself first and foremost, man. You have to what? Put in work, wash your ass, brush your teeth. These things is normally a person supposed to do. But, you know, Jake sometimes don't do it. Because, hey, they slothful. They want to tell you about shit that you doing but don't do it in their life. So, you can't be a hypocrite. Hey, that's why when you read in the book of 2 Corinthians, the 4th chapter, Paul talked about putting off the old man and being renewed in the spirit day by day. This is a day by day reform. You have to reform yourself day by day. And when you go into Romans, the 12th chapter, I believe the 2nd verse, you can start at 1 though, but when you go into the 2nd verse, it tell you about transform and renewing and things like that. But when you go into that word renewing, because, man, I just learned this, but I'm going to teach it like I knew this all my life, like the apostles say. But, hey, when you go into that word renewing, hey, it go into to change. I mean, to completely change. So everything that you used to do, hey, you can't do no more. When you come into the knowledge of Yahweh Shema Shai, you have to actually change your completely life for the better of the gospel, for the sake of Yahweh Shema Shai. And that's a worthy calling. That's a worthy thing to want to change your life for Yahweh Shema Shai. Really, it's easy because ain't shit in this world. You're not losing anything. You're gaining everything plus more. But people don't look at it that way because they feel like they are losing out, which you're really not. You're really gaining, man. Coming into the knowledge of Yahweh Shema Shai. That's why when you read in the book of James, the 1st chapter, it tell you about that superfluity. Putting out superfluity and naughtiness, man. We was filthy, man. Filthy. So when we come into that this knowledge, being that new creature that Yahweh Shai talked about, hey, we putting out that superfluity, meaning the residue of the old man, meaning that nigger or that that hard-headed, that don't listen, that prideful person that you used to be, that guy have to go. Look yourself in the mirror. That's why Paul said in 2 Corinthians, the 15th Salakia, I believe the 15th chapter, the 5th verse, it talked about looking yourself in the mirror. Prove your own self. You know your own self, except you be a reprobate, roughly paraphrasing, man. So you know yourself. Look yourself in the mirror. Tell yourself, man, hey, I can do this. Tell yourself that I can change. Tell yourself it's for the better good. Tell yourself it's for Yahweh Ba'Shem Hawashai, man. For his name's sake, man. For just bringing you and knowing the knowledge that we know. Most people desire the things that we go into, man. So we have to walk it and not just talk it, man. So that's just a quick lesson through the power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Hawashai in transit, man. On my way to camp, Lord willing, man, we have edified camp and brothers likewise, man. So I'm gonna say, call Allah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahawashi Ba'Shem Wakakadash. Double honor to the apostle and great millstone, our teachers, and salutations to the Akim, the teaching is true of the four corner earth, Tune City, man. Until next time, I want to say shalom and a ball, man.